Whether you're traveling for business or pleasure, perfume is a very important part of what you pack. So today I'm going to share some fabulous fragrances that I took with me on a booking as a makeup artist to gorgeous Oahu, Hawaii. Hi pretty people, it's Crystal, your very own personal beauty pro, and I am back, but I did take you along and captured some highlights. One of the things I want to share that I know you're going to love are the fragrances that I chose to take with me. If you are new here, I am Crystal, your very own personal beauty pro. I actually am a beauty pro. I'm expert in a few different facets of the beauty industry. My primary work is makeup artistry, and that's in the area of editorial, commercial, advertising. I've done many a New York Fashion Week. I love encouraging, inspiring, entertaining, and educating you through beauty. I'm here for you from face to fragrance. If you already appreciate the importance of having fabulous fragrances when you travel, then I don't have to persuade you. But if one of the things that prevents you from taking your perfumes along is you don't quite know how to pack them, I have a really good tip for you. On this particular trip, I did something I never do, which is pack full-size fragrances. I was able to do so comfortably because the client cared for all the shipping and the extra luggage fees. And in the case of a lot of my fragrances, I do happen to save the boxes in case I re-gift them. And I'm a pretty good packer, so they were all safe and sound. But under normal circumstances, I pack my fragrances in travel decants. These are available in a variety of places, but Amazon has a really wide selection of them. I love these in particular. They come in different shades. That can help you distinguish which fragrance is which. But you can also get little labels. You can also get different sizes of them. They're really clever. They twist up. And then there's this glass decanter. Usually have a funnel of some sort so that you can get the fragrance in here. I haven't traveled with this one in quite a few months, but I can tell that guidance was in this container because it's so strong. But I'll be sure to link these. These are also nice if you have a fragrance that needs touching up halfway through the day. The way I go about choosing the selection of fragrances that I'm going to take with me when I travel is according to what I think I'm going to be doing. Of course, the first thing I want to consider is an airline or a car scent. I want to smell fabulous, but I also want to be considerate, especially on a long haul flight. But really, anytime you're going to be in close quarters with someone, you want to be considerate because even the most expensive, fabulous fragrance can be annoying and start to smell cheap when you have applied too much in close quarters. Not to mention, people sometimes have sensitivities, and we want to be sensitive about the needs of others and not just be so selfish because we're fragrance lovers. The point of fragrance is to add to your persona, not to take away from it. Being considerate is also the classy thing to do. So for my airline flight, I chose Kayali's The Wedding Silk Santal. It has a really pretty presence, but it's not overpowering. And the impact it makes depends on how much you spray. If I'm going to be in close quarters, like on a flight, I will have to use some restraint and not overspray this fragrance, but I do want soft whiffs of my fragrance. This fragrance is delicious. It has notes of freesia, nectarine, pink praline, sugared musk. It also has a note of champagne. Not super sparkling or fizzy, something like a fruity white sangria type of note in the background. This is a pretty sweet floral and a nice one for car or plane travel. That's Kayali's Silk Santal. This next fragrance, as fabulous as it is the last thing that I would wear in close quarters on a long haul flight. This is Parfums de Marly Valaya. This is a gorgeous showstopper of a fragrance, which is especially unique because it's a fresh fragrance. Normally your showstoppers might be your more gourmands or your fragrances with oud. This one is inspired by cotton caressing skin, and it does have a fresh almost laundry-like quality to it, but it also has a beautiful mandarin and white peach. So there's a sweetness, a slight fruitiness. There's quite a bit of musk. There's akigala wood. There's also ambrophix, which is a molecular note that's sort of ambery. It mimics ambergris. I feel like it's been used with a very heavy hand in Valaya. There's almost an overdose of a musky, woody quality in this, which makes it perform spectacularly, but which also can be a slightly overbearing depending on how you wear it. But generally speaking, this fragrance is a crowd pleaser. You smell unique, but you also smell fresh. I often say you smell freshly laundered in a peach detergent, and the laundry has just been pulled from the dryer. Lingers in the air. It gets tons of compliments. You can wear it day or night, any time of year, but I feel that this really shines in the spring and summer. If I was going to wear this while I was working closely with people, if I was doing makeup, hair, something of that nature, I would definitely go lightly on the trigger with it. But if I was going out or if I had a meeting, I'd use it a bit more liberally. It was a perfect perfume to take to Hawaii. The next fragrance is the absolutely gorgeous Leonora by Mind Games. This fragrance is absolutely delectable. About a year ago, I went in store to sample the Mind Games fragrances. And in particular, I was going to sample Queening. And the associate asked me kind of what my taste was in fragrances. And he said, smell this. As gorgeous as Queening is, it flew out of my mind when I smelled Leonora. This is scrumptious. This is a delicious, sweet, and yet semi-tart passion fruit. It also has osmanthus that has an apricot nuance, has a sandalwood note, and a note called tonka lactone, which is kind of creamy, vanilla, a little spicy, very sweet, so you have to like it sweet, and it's almost like a passion fruit liqueur. It's so yummy, you can almost taste it. It's sweet and fruity, but it is not basic. This is a spring summer stunner. This is the delicious Leonora by Mind Games. This next one is also a delicious fruity gourmand, and it is perfect for taking to a tropical setting. It is going to be fabulous spring and summer. This is the House of Oud's Bon Bon Pop. Smells as delicious as its name. I believe I learned about this a year or two ago from Sharita M. If you're not familiar with her, she has spectacular fragrance content, and she owes me a large sum of money due to influencing me, but I don't want to get off topic. This is inspired by the sweetness of candy. The House of Oud bottles really are little works of art. Bon Bon Pop is the perfect name for it because I get the sweetness of candy, or the bonbon aspect of it. I also get this airy, almost aerosol quality about it, but not in an inexpensive or cheap way. There's something about the way some niche houses do musk that's very distinct. Now, some of them are a bit chemical and artificial for me, but in the case of this musk, it adds an elevated, unique quality about it, and it really makes the scent travel and fill the air. And that's something I did not realize until the end of last summer. When we were going into fall, I was thinking I'm going to enjoy this bottle of Bon Bon Pop, but I don't plan to replace it. But Bon Bon Pop said, you have another thing coming if you think you're going to get rid of me. I know you want to leave me, but I refuse to let you go. It's the last time I wore this around September. I kept getting compliment after compliment. In particular, after I had left an area, people were complimenting the scent trail. And it's nothing like a good compliment to convince me that I need a fragrance. So Bon Bon Pop is here to stay. It has notes of white peach, coconut, brown sugar. I definitely say this can be worn day or evening. Also has precious woods and a dry amber listed as notes, and you can kind of get that quality from it. Beautiful, sweet, elevated, fabulous fragrance, the House of Oud Bon Bon Pop. I'm realizing these fragrances definitely have a theme, and I definitely have a type. This is another floral gourmand. This is Kayali's Yum Pistachio Gelato. The girl that caused quite a scandal a couple of seasons ago was one of the people that was not quite sure about her, but now is a staple in my collection. This is actually a unique fragrance. It's a floral, but it also has a sweet gourmand touch. It's fresh, but then it also has some dessert-like qualities. People get different things from this. I still do get a very soapy, almost shampoo-y aspect to the fragrance, but I do also get the sweet rum, whipped cream, and a pistachio sherbet. I do get a hint of that cotton candy. It's beautiful, and when it develops, it's even better. It has nice lasting power. It has a lot of presence. Yum is the perfect name for it because it does leave this yummy scent trail. Although it's fresh, sweet, and floral, and those are common aspects, it does not smell like something you smell every day. Kayali's Yum Pistachio Gelato. Now, I heard the Fragcom streets were saying that gourmands were out, but they are apparently alive and well over here because next fragrance is another floral gourmand. That is Amouage Love Delight. And I really need to do a dedicated review on Amouage, but if I had to sum this fragrance up, I would say it is delicious femininity in a bottle. It opens with this juicy, almost tangy, sweet quality, and as it develops, you get this powdery, sweet, almost powdered sugar, gourmet quality. It has notes of ginger, which I really find present in the opening, mandarin, cinnamon, rosewater, heliotrope, which has an almond or powdered almond-like quality, which I definitely get from this. It has a scrumptious vanilla. It has notes of cocoa and rum. When it first arrived, I kind of questioned it. I instantly thought this smelled good. But after experiencing Guidance, which was the big release about a year prior to this, you kind of were expecting a powerhouse of a fragrance, but they are not to be compared at all. And I'm so glad I didn't hastily give this away because this is delectable. Unique is feminine, it's floral, but it still has this edible quality. A little juicy, it has this fragrance sings in the air. It is so beautiful. This is a beautiful breakfast at sunrise. It's a beautiful sunset cruise. It's intoxicating and it draws people in. This is the delicious Amouage Love Delight, and it was a perfect travel companion to Waikiki. One scent profile you must not forget to pack is your show-stopping fragrance. You need one powerhouse fragrance that's alluring and yet a tiny bit disrespectful. Something you can wear if you are going to have a fabulous, unforgettable night out on the town. If you have a high-powered meeting, and that's where Amouage Guidance 46 comes in. And I also have the original Guidance, which is equally gorgeous. The House of Amouage is a luxury fragrance house, and one of their trifectas is the combination of rose, frankincense, and ambergris. And this fragrance is built around those notes by the fabulous Quinton Biche, Quentin in English, and he's really a golden child of fragrance right now, just creating one gorgeous creation after another. He's also the nose behind Valaya that I showed earlier. This is pear, frankincense. I believe you really do need to love the incense note to love either Guidance or Guidance 46. That pear just adds this delicious quality to the frankincense. There's hazelnut, which adds this sort of bittersweet, almost salty quality. Rosewater, bitter almond, saffron, osmanthus, that really pervasive Akigala wood, ambrette, Georgie wood, cypriol. Fragrance is really quite a contradiction because there's this woody incense and this musky quality, but there's also this delicious pear aspect swirled through there. In Amouage description, it says it's enthralling and beguiling, but also subtle and ostentatious. I don't think there's much subtle about it, but it's definitely ostentatious. And as unique as it is a compliment getter. So always be sure to pack at least one secret weapon perfume. In the case of my trip to Honolulu, that was Amouage Guidance 46. Let me know if you have any personal or business travel coming up. I know spring break is around the corner for some people, along with other spring and summer vacation plans. These fragrances are not just fabulous for travel, they are perfect for this time of year as we are getting into spring and looking forward to summer. I look forward to seeing you in the very next video, but until we meet again, keep it pretty.